Here we go into Game 5. Demon Hunter. So Demon Hunter, most prevalent would be Odd Demon Hunter, although there are a good amount of Tempo Demon Hunters, often using the Pirate package or trying to take advantage of Skull of Gul'dan. Either way, the name of the game is aggro, so we want to keep our good anti-aggro cards. I'm a big fan of Druid of the Swarm here, as the 1/5 helps us contest their early 1-drops. So they are Odd Demon Hunter, and they draw their pirates. I go for the Coin Druid, thinking that I want to try and clear up all their pirates before their turn 3, so they can't get any captain buffs. Thinking I'll be trading with my 1/5 and my hero power. However, they happen to draw, or I can't tell if they kept or they draw into, but they have I-Beam. And so they're able to remove it without losing any pirates and drop the Happy Ghoul because they took damage with their hero power. Insane start from the Demon Hunter. Not looking great for us. I just hero power down the 2/1. They got the Outcast with the other 2/1. Another Pirate. And hero power. I'm thinking I'm going to probably have to play Zephrys here to get Whirlwind, because this board is getting out of control. I draw the Rising Winds. I think about it for a little bit, see if there's anything I can do to save Zephrys, because Zephrys is so good. But in the end, we got to deal with this board. So we go for the Zephrys Whirlwind. Well, I guess I think about it for a long time. I'm thinking maybe, is there any 2-mana board wipe with Zephrys that I could wait for next turn to hopefully also clear the 3/3 and anything else he plays? But I don't think he has anything to offer. Whirlwind is our only board clear. I think of taking the Holy Smite for a second, but Whirlwind is so much better. Here I'm scared that they have the Hench Clan Thug or the Satyr Overseer, but they don't, which is great news. Either of those and this would have been over. But it's just a Happy Ghoul. We can deal with that little happy guy. I think we're just gonna... So this is an interesting turn. I was thinking of making Eagles, but he can hero power down 1, or he could play Warglaves. And so I decide I'd rather draw. And the reason being, I don't have any good play for turn 5 with this hand. I really need to draw into a good play for turn 5. Otherwise, we're never going to get to play Reno. And the 3/2s are just so bad against the Demon Hunter hero power that we decide to draw. Howl is okay. It can help buy us a turn. It can upgrade the Jasper Spellstone. I was thinking of making an Eagle, but it dies too easily to their hero power, so we draw. Into Wrath, which is pretty good. Here they have Ziliax, which thankfully is not much pressure. So all I'm thinking is we gotta survive till turn 6. I'm thinking of removing both their Happy Ghouls with Wrath and the Spellstone. However, if I do that, that leaves me vulnerable to Leroy. Lethal. So if I Ferocious Howl in Wrath, on the other hand, we can survive the Leroy, as well as keep up a little bit of removal against more dangerous threats. Opponent has the Glaive-bound Adept. Great card for Demon Hunter. Our turn, we really only have one play, and it's Reno. The card the deck is named after. We get to see him shine here. Restoring 23 HP, putting a 4/6 on the battlefield. That's a good card. Opponent has the great follow-up of Priestess of Fury. However, we have this Poison Seeds we've been holding in our hand. So this is also an interesting turn. I know I'm going to Poison Seeds, but then the question is, do we play... Well, we want to play Crystal Merchant, but do we also play the Spellstone? If we don't play Spellstone, we get a draw with Crystal Merchant, but he gets to clock in 2 more damage. And even though we're at 18, that's not very high, especially when he's threatening 8 next turn, bringing us down to 10. However, what I decide to do is play the Crystal Merchant and not play the Spellstone. This is so that next turn I can duplicate the Spellstone with Elise and have 2 1-mana deal 4s in my hand, which can help us clean up the board against a lot of Demon Hunter's threats. This loses to him just playing Priestess of Fury next turn, but I don't think there's much we could do against another Priestess of Fury, so I decide to just play the Crystal Merchant, get my card draw, save the Spellstone so we can duplicate it with Elise. And this is great for us. The opponent is using up their Consume Magic now instead of on our taunts. And they just play some slow threats, which is perfect for what the line we decided to go with. And even better for us, the opponent is trading into our 1/4, which I really don't know why they did that. They should just be going for lethal, I think, here. I'm thinking if I Cartoot Defender, what happens if they have Consume Magic? And I decide it's just probably safer to Elise. Hopefully draw out another Consume Magic from our opponent on the Elise or something. Plus, removing both of the scaling minions is pretty nice. So here we see if my opponent had done 4 to me the previous turn instead of my Crystal Merchant, they would have another 8, and they would just need 2 more. And my 1/4 would not have done anything against their board. And strangely enough, although they traded the previous turn, they're not trading this turn to protect their Satyr Overseer. Which means I can just trade into it, remove the threat, and drop some taunts. And short of another Consume Magic, this game is looking over for the Demon Hunter. Mana burn is no problem. So even though our opponent had the nuts start this game, with the Pirates and then the I-Beam to clear our 1/5. We managed to pull it through thanks to I think largely the decision to not play the Spellstone on that one turn, so I could duplicate it with Elise, was pretty big. And then also our opponent misplaying, trading into our 1/4. They think they still have a chance with their Warglaives. But we've got an Inzoth. We've got 10 mana. And we've got 4 Kartut defenders. Opponent concedes.